Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Player's Take, episode 350. I'm your host, Justin and Montrell, joined, as always, by my co-host, Montrell Rice. Montrell, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing a lot better than last week,
Good to
but
hear. Good to
we
hear.
move. Yep.
We move, yes, literally and figuratively.
Yep.
It's good stuff. All right. Well, so just to set the tone early here, uh, we're recording in the middle of the Game Awards. Game Awards is airing right now. There's announcements. I've already seen a few, so we're not talking about them this week. So
yeah.
unfortunately,
I had to. This is my fault. I had to go to the gym today. I promised myself I wouldn't skip any gym days. So,
well, it's
yeah.
not your fault. Don't take the blame for this. It's scheduling. Jeff, for whatever fucking reason, wants it on Thursday, right when we record, bro. It's been going on for years now. Usually we delay the episode by a day and just record Friday, get it up Friday night.
Yeah.
But Montreal can't do the recording tomorrow, and I can't record Saturday, so we're kind of SOL this week. So, given that we're not gonna cover the Game Awards this week, we will cover all the announcements next week. Yeah, so that'll be a fun show. We'll get there, but so this will be a lighter show with the rest of the news that's going on this week. So, in that case, let's get right into it. For those of you who haven't listened before, this is our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app of choice. And if you'd like to send us questions, you can do so by sending us an email to the playerstake01 at gmail.com. All right, Macho, let's get into what we've been playing, starting like we always do. I'll start it off this week. We did play some League a couple days ago. That was fun. We haven't played in it's been about a month, I think. We played in November. But before that we hadn't played in like 4 months or something like that, 4 or 5 months. So we're rusty certainly. We had kind of we didn't play very well. I would say we had that first game, like we were getting wrecked. We managed to turn it and won the game, and then we lost the next two. So, but nonetheless, it was fun to play some League. I don't know how you feel about it though. You know, did you have a good time?
Yeah. I mean, it's league. I
League is
wasn't too
League.
upset about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't too upset about it. So.
Nah, me either. I mean, it's just we're hanging out with the boys, right? You know, it's like you gotta do it. At some point we got to get back in the Discord, start owning some kids in League. It's like it is what it is. Who am I kidding? There's no kids playing League. And if they are, they're playing Wild Rift.
Yeah, that's
um
new. That's the game that everybody's playing. Wild Rift and TFT.
yeah, right. But yeah, so that was fun. I'm still playing Against the Storm as well. I did the 5th seal of 8. I'm on my way to the 6th seal right now. I'm working my way there. So this game is, I mean, it's just it's what I said last week. It's a very addictive game for me. I don't know. There's just something about it. It just really hits. It just hits like all these mechanics in a specific way that works so well together for me. I don't know. I just love this game. Like it's such a fun game to play. I need to like pull myself out of it though. I've been like playing this basically for 2 weeks straight, and not playing really almost anything else. So, so I'm very into it, but I do want to kind of come out and play a couple games before the end of the year. Maybe like something like Dispatch or something like that. So yeah, super fun game though. Still recommend it very highly, for sure. And then there were 2 games I didn't mention last week. I forgot. It had been so long since I'd been on the show that I forgot I played these in early November. Was Tavern Keeper was the first one. This came out early November, in early access. This is a game where you are basically building like a medieval fantasy tavern, essentially, and you're running it, trying to get guests in and keep your guests happy, and keep your staff happy, of course, as well, and turn a profit. This game is very, very cool. I liked it a lot. It is Really short at the moment though. I wouldn't like if you want a complete game, this isn't it right now. It's not finished. It isn't, like I said, it's an early access. There's a lot of content they still have to add into the game that is not there yet. But what is there, I will say, is impressively robust. This game has a very cool system it has this basically like the star rating system where your tavern is rated from 1 to 5 stars, but it goes in increments of zero point 0.5. So you start at a 0 and then you go to zero point 0.5, then you go to 1, then you go to 1.52, etc. And that those levels basically unlock new things you can do in the tavern. You get new, like, pieces of furniture, or a new type of room that you might be able to build, or access to different types of services you could offer in the tavern and stuff like that. And the game is very complex later on. I find that I was very impressed with just how many systems are in this game already. It's pretty crazy actually when you get like kind of deeper into a higher level tavern. I think I did this. So I've done two of the maps. I did the first map, which you basically have to get to 1 star, I think, and then you win the map. And then the
Mhm.
second map is in this is like a fantasy world, right? So it's kind of like a funny take on something like Lord of the Rings or whatever. It's like they call it Halflington, for like, or like, it's a play on like Hobbiton or whatever, from Lord of the Rings. But you're running a tavern in like a halfling town basically, and it's a very funny map because the halflings are like super excited that the tavern's reopening or whatever, but the old one got burned down, and like somebody tries to like burn your tavern down basically, in the middle of the map. So there's like kind of events that are scripted or whatever that happen in the middle of these maps, at least in the story mode. I haven't done like a sandbox, like free form open map yet, but yeah, it's just really cool, man. Like you have to hire staff and you need to pay them every day. And the game has this system actually where like guests will come in at different times, obviously, and eventually you unlock this system where you can predict how many people are coming and what time of the day they're coming. It's literally broken down like by hour, when they're going to come, and then eventually it'll tell you what they want when they're going to show up as well, like what activities you need to have for them to be fully satisfied, basically. And you can use this information to prepare for that, but it can be difficult to satisfy all the guests at the same time, basically, because they're going to have different, needs, different levels of what needs they have. So you might need higher level food in order to satisfy somebody fully versus like someone else who wants like just regular lower level food and stuff like that. And like sourcing those ingredients can be difficult. They're rarer, they cost more, they're not as easy to transport maybe to your tavern, stuff like that. So there's just a lot of systems in the game. You can like have performers come to your tavern and perform, so eventually you unlock like entertainment essentially that you can like schedule, and stuff like that. There's this system I haven't gotten into yet. I think it's in the third map more specifically, is like insect infestations where like your tavern can get like infested by insects, and they'll make a whole bunch of nests and stuff, and you have to like deal with them, and clean up, otherwise like guests will get like grossed out, and that'll lower the rating for your tavern, and things like that. So this game is really cool. It's very cute. It has a very British narrator, who is it's got a very charming presentation where there's he like kind of reads off, kind of off of like a storybook type thing for the different maps and the different events that are happening in the tavern and stuff. And it's very cool. There's certain guests that'll come in and they'll offer you like almost like a quest sort of, or it'll be like kind of like an event that will happen where you'll like there'll be like a storybook above their head and you'll click on them and the narrator will kind of read what's going on, and then you'll have choices to make basically, and that will result in different things depending on the choices that you make, um in those events as well, which could positively or negatively affect the tavern also. So I don't know, it's just a really cool game. It's very charming. I would certainly recommend it once it has more content. I think right now it's probably about 20 hours of content. You like I said, you can sandbox free form in the three different regions you can play in right now. And kind of play a different play like not doing the story part of it. So there is that if you want it, if that sounds interesting enough to you. But I think this game is going to be much larger when it's in full release than it is right now. So yeah. So that game's really cool. And then I did try Europa Universalis 5, and man, it's it's just like this is one of those games, man. This happened to me with 4, and I'm gonna get back into 5 here probably in the next couple weeks. But I was doing this before I left for my business trip, and this game's just really complicated. It's very different from 4. It does not play the same way as 4 in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of the underlying systems are extremely different from the way it works in 4. And I think I was most of my gameplay time so far has really been spent trying to familiarize myself with those systems and understand kind of how they work. Like, how do you actually make money? How do you actually increase your income in a way that's like manipulatable versus like relying on kind of random stuff going on the map. And I haven't even gotten into like military or anything like that. I didn't play long enough. I probably only played for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours so far. But the game's very robust and there's a lot to learn in it. I am looking forward to jumping back into it and kind of learning more about those gameplay systems. So yeah, played that as well earlier last month also. So but that's it for me, Montreal. What have you been playing?
I have not been playing Ninja Gaiden. I'm pretty sure I lost all my skills playing Master Ninja Mode. I haven't played this game in like 4 weeks, four or
Yeah, are
five
you gonna go
weeks.
back to get the platinum, or you done? You bagging it?
I got so far. I was like literally 2 missions away from getting the platinum. Well, not 2 missions, but two of the hardest missions from getting the gold trophy, and then all the other trophies are like easy as fuck to get. Um, I might go back. um, I found out that I didn't have to use Yakumo. I could have used Ryu or Hayabusa the entire
Yeah,
time
yeah,
because he's way easier to play with. His moves are like way. He has like he doesn't have a whole bunch of crazy frame data. So I don't know. I may go back and just do that. I
yeah.
don't know yet. But I have started playing Mass Effect again
Okay.
because I was listening to like on my YouTube, they have like YouTube Music now integrated into the YouTube thing,
Yeah,
and I was listening to that while I was playing like League last night or whatever, and they started playing. It's called song is called Need for Speed, uh, High Stakes, was Callista. That's the song,
yeah,
and I listened to the song, and it's nothing but the when you're in Mass Effect 2 and you go into the club, it's that song. And
yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? This is the song from Mass Effect 2, one of the clubs in Mass Effect 2. So when I heard that, I was like, you know what? Usually when I'm having a tough time, every time I'm having like a really, really tough time, I play Mass Effect. When I first moved out here,
yeah.
um, and I was having a hard time adjusting to Texas, I played all of Mass Effect. So right now I'm going through a bit of a tough time. So I think it's time for me to play Mass Effect. So I am playing it. I just started. Um, and yeah,
You
it's
gonna play
been
all
like
three?
years. Yeah, it's been years since I played all three actually. So
Okay.
uh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
yeah,
did it back when the Legendary Collection came out a few years back. So, um, I mean, I'm like, when was the last time you played it? You think it was it before the Legendary Collection or um
I tried to play the Legendary Collection. I did play the Legendary Collection. I beat one, and then I got halfway through two and stopped for some reason. I can't remember why I stopped.
yeah. Okay.
But I'm gonna go back and play all of one again. Uh, and then play all of two and three. I was gonna play the last time I did play it was with my ex-wife. So we were gonna do all of one. We was gonna make a character. We made a character for her, and then I was gonna make the choices for her, or she was
Yeah.
gonna make the choices herself, and then I was just gonna play the game. So I'm just gonna play it by myself, and yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna change the way you play? You gonna play Renegade or
I did both Renegade and Paragon, so I don't know what I'm gonna do
Okay.
this time. I might just,
Okay.
like, fucking wing it, and wherever I fucking wanna do, Imma do
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes you'll be mean, sometimes you'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll be curious to see, how you feel about it. I mean, I don't know, like, it's interesting. I always had a poor opinion of 3, I think, back in the day, and, playing through the games again actually significantly raised my opinion of 3, actually. I feel it's weird. I know this isn't conventional opinion, but I feel like 2 is like
2 was the
it's
weakest
kinda
one.
sticks out it kinda sticks out as like a sore thumb, in the
Yeah,
trilogy.
2 I you remember I said that a long time ago. I think I played it before the trilogy came out. I think when we
Yeah,
first started the podcast, I did all 3 of
yeah.
them, and I said that 2 sticks out as the weakest one because the story is so
It's like a side quest.
it's a side quest, yeah. The only thing that 2 has is, like, a better ending because um, your decisions with the teammates actually kinda matter,
Mhm,
and, where
mhm.
you pick them and stuff like that matters,
Yeah,
which is why I like Dragon Age Inquisition because they do the same thing that they did in 2. Not
gotcha.
Inquisition, I'm sorry, not
Valgard.
Veilguard. That's why Veilguard's ending was really good, because you choose different squad mates and stuff like that, and the same thing kinda happens, so,
Okay.
but yeah, I think 2 is in my opinion, the weakest one.
Yeah,
3 kinda opens up everything again. It reminds me of 1 and 2. Like, they took the best of 1, they took the best of 2 as far as combat-wise, and they put it in 3,
I
but they just
agree.
kinda streamlined the story because we are at the end of the story.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people at the time, uh hindsight is 2020. Um, I do remember playing 3 and I was just like, "Man, the combat is, like, really good." In the con in the way the story was ending. Obviously, we didn't like Star Child. I mean, that's a given. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think after the DLC came out and they kind of quote unquote "fixed the endings," I
Mhm.
think it has a better overall is better now.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I don't think 2 is a bad game, don't get me wrong. Like, 2 is really cool because I think it expands on the lore of the universe in areas that the other 2 games don't get into quite as much, you know?
Mhm.
Um, I think it's just the overall narrative of 1 and 3 is a lot more interesting, you know? The Reapers
Yeah.
are way more interesting than the collectors are, obviously. So, and so I don't know. It's like, again, it's not like two's a bad game. If I think if I were rating them, they'd be pretty close to equal, all 3 of them. But it is from like a narrative standpoint though. 2 is like such a massive, I don't know, like divergence from 1 and 3. It's just not the same storyline. I know the game presents it like it is, but it's really not that related. It doesn't matter that much. Like you could legitimately take out a lot of 2 and it wouldn't matter to the results of 3. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so yeah, but cool. Well, that'll be good. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's something about Mass Effect that's really like comfy, you know, just like all the dialogue and the conversations you have with the your different crews.
Well, I think for
Um,
me, it's the not only the music and the atmosphere, but especially when you're just flying around in the ship and stuff like that, and you hear that
mhm.
space music when you're collecting nodes and stuff like that in
Yeah,
space.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yes,
That music,
absolutely.
the galaxy map music is like
Of
really calming.
course. Of course, yes. I
So
have a 3-hour repeating track of that in my YouTube playlist. so so yeah. Um yep. Cool. Well, that'll be fun. All right, Montreal. Well, is that all you've been playing or
yeah, that's it.
okay. All right, let's move into the news. Like I said, we got a big story this week. Um It's like sort of games related. It's weird. So Netflix is buying Warner Brothers or attempting to buy Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion. However, they were not the only bidder in
Mhm.
line for Warner Brothers. Paramount actually wanted them as well and supposedly put in a higher bid. Um like, was willing to buy them at a higher price than Netflix, but for whatever reason, Warner Brothers chose Netflix. So Paramount, a few days later after this announcement, launched a hostile takeover bid, basically. So they are buying up all the stock and it's 108 billion hostile takeover. Um, you know, so this is very interesting that this is going on right now. I will say the government is very interested in this transaction. Trump has made a lot of comments about this actually. So for whatever reason, this is very much at top of mind for them, which is intriguing. I will say going into this, um, Warner Brothers did talk about the game side. Sorry, Netflix did talk about the game side, and they are being acquired as well in this deal. But Netflix, so this is kind of funny. Um, so the co-CEO Gregory Peters did talk about the game stuff, and he said that quote, while they definitely have been doing some great work in the game space, we actually didn't attribute any value to that from the get go because they're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things. Now we are super excited because some of those properties that they've built, Hogwarts is a great example of that, have been done quite well. And we think that we can incorporate that into what we're offering. They've got great studios and great folks working there. So we think that there's definitely an opportunity there. But just to be clear, we haven't built that into our deal model, end quote. So yeah, I mean, Montreal, how do you take that? Like Netflix doesn't seem to value the games division really much at all, at least in terms of the deal. Obviously there is a value to the games division, but I mean, what do you think this means for the WB game studios?
That just means the nemesis system is further compounded in the trash.
Yeah.
Like we're never going to get another game with the nemesis system ever again,
No.
which is
No, I
probably one
mean,
of the greatest inventions to gaming since like I don't know they figured out how to do open world gaming. Um, it sucks. Uh,
yeah.
that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Warner Brothers. I don't know why they want to get bought out so bad.
Cuz
It seems like the only
they've been doing really poorly for years
okay,
now. And
yeah. So I mean, as far as the gaming division, unfortunately, I would have to agree. I don't think their gaming division has been doing good lately. I mean, besides
I mean,
Harry Potter,
they got Mortal Kombat as well, NetherRealm.
okay. I mean,
I mean, Mortal
yeah,
Kombat's huge, bro.
Mortal Kombat 1 didn't do as well as Mortal Kombat 11, right?
Yeah.
That was 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't think Mortal Kombat 1 did as good as 11, in my opinion. But besides those two games, I mean, they haven't released a Batman game. I mean, the last one they did was a VR game. Um,
Yeah, they do have
the Wonder
Rocksteady, but
Woman game, yeah,
yeah.
the Wonder Woman game was canceled. Suicide Squad was a disaster,
Mhm.
and
They closed Monolith, they
Arkham.
closed Visceral,
They closed Monolith. They
or no,
closed
sorry, not
Visceral.
Visceral, sorry. Yeah,
Um,
Monolith. The ones who
Monolith.
made those Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah, and then uh, and then Arkham Knights, or yeah, Arkham Knights was a flop, I think. Um, so I mean, yeah, they just. If I was Netflix, yeah, I would say the same thing. Besides these two games, what else do they have? I
Mhm.
mean, they have the IPs, they have Rocksteady, but I mean, Rocksteady kind of ruined their reputation with like Suicide Squad. So, um,
Yeah.
there is nothing there. I mean, to be honest with you, so like you said, they closed Monolith. I mean, we're not going to get those great Lord of the Ring games anymore.
Mhm.
Um, what else do they have?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, they have Avalanche. That's the Hogwarts team. They have NetherRealm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Kombat team. Rocksteady, of course. That's the Suicide Squad and Batman. They have TT Games, which is Traveler's Tales. That's the Lego team. That or typically has been the Lego team. In the recent years. So, or I mean, for a long time, frankly. WB Montreal. WB Games Boston and WB Games New York. I don't know. Montreal is the only one that I know of, and that's the team that made Gotham Knights. Um, so I mean, looking at their full list of studios, yeah, because I mean, Monolith's gone, Snowblind is gone, Player First Games is gone. Um, they shut down Playdemic, or sold Playdemic rather in 2021. So yeah, I mean they've downsized a lot in their game side. Looking at it, it's like pretty bad actually when you look at it. They don't really have a whole lot, and there's some truth to when I read this, like I was kind of like, man, this is just some fucking movie guy coming in here and being like hating on games, but it's like honestly, like looking at it on paper, you guys are right. There's not a whole lot here besides Avalanche, bro. Another realm. I mean, Rocksteady is a fucking pale shadow of its former self, Um, and yeah. So I mean, it's kind of it kind of makes you wonder, like, what's the plan gonna be? Like, do you think Netflix might sell some of these studios and just get them off the books? Because, like, I mean, from their perspective,
100%.
yeah, you think so?
100%.
I do wonder though what that means. Like NetherRealm, I think is fine. You can sell NetherRealm with the Mortal Kombat IP and be fine there. Like that's a pretty easy transaction. I think. I think the issue is the other ones are all licensed games. Avalanche and Rocksteady and the TT Games studios. They're all doing licensed games. And they're licensed from IP that Netflix will now own. But it's not like they're going to give those IP away like Batman and fucking Harry Potter necessarily. So it's like if they were to sell those teams, what would happen there? That's because that's the value they bring, you know? To
I
me,
think
it's
they
not
might keep 1 or 2 teams. I think they're gonna keep the Harry Potter team for sure. They might keep Avalanche, but I can't see them keeping anyone else at all.
maybe TT, and then they might just shut down all the WB games once.
Yeah, I
I
can see
could see
that.
that. I could certainly see that. Yeah, because
'Cause
TT games, I mean, it's like the Lego stuff. There's probably some value there, certainly for Netflix. Actually, realistically, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Mortal
because the Lego
Kombat though, that's like a clean cut. I could see them just dropping that, selling that to somebody for sure.
yeah, 'cause the Lego games sell pretty well still. I mean,
They
that's a good,
absolutely do. Yeah. Well, plus, and you can
um
integrate them into some kind of movie you want to do or something.
yeah,
Plan that
exactly,
out.
yeah.
Um, something along those lines. Or and Netflix has done some gaming stuff in Netflix before. Wasn't Bandersnatch? Wasn't that like an interactive game of some sort that they had released?
I think
Um,
so, yeah,
that was like a Black Mirror episode, wasn't it? I think.
yeah.
So yeah, there was that game. So they've done some stuff before, but I don't think they're really like super interested in it long term. They're certainly not buying Warner Brothers for this stuff. So it's very interesting what may come of it. But
Yeah, I can see them keeping actually, I can see them keeping Mortal Kombat, actually,
yeah. Yeah.
turning that into a series. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna turn a lot of these IPs into, like, series. I think they're gonna turn Harry Potter into a series. I think they're gonna turn Mortal Kombat instead of making it a movie. I think it works better because the way the Mortal Kombat storyline works.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be better as a TV series.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see them s keeping the Mortal Kombat IP, but selling NetherRealm Studios. Um,
Mm,
but I could also see them trying to, like, I could also see NetherRealm Studios trying to fight to keep it or
mhm.
try to fight to stay with them
Yeah.
because without NetherRealm Studios, there is no Mortal Kombat, my opinion. So
Right. I mean, you wouldn't be able to make games very well. Like that seems if you wanted to make more games, that seems like a poor decision. What I bet you more likely you would see is they sell NetherRealm, they sell the Mortal Kombat IP, but they retain the rights to make TV and movies out of the Mortal Kombat license.
okay,
You know,
okay, that makes sense.
they
Yeah.
they like build that into whatever sale deal they make with whoever. You know,
Yeah, I
um,
forgot you can separate those rights. Yeah,
right,
you're right.
right. So I could see something like that certainly. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because yeah, there definitely could be some layoffs here. I would think maybe coming. And probably some studio closures as well for the less successful teams or less known teams for sure. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. I mean, this is a pretty seismic shift in the entertainment industry for sure. I mean, WB is, I mean, they're a, over a century old, um, entertainment company, and they have some of the biggest IP in entertainment. So Netflix now owning this is going to be very, very interesting because I mean, this gives them rights to Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, um,
Looney
you know,
Tunes.
yep, yep, DC Comics, a lot of stuff, a lot of big IPs. So, and to be frank, I don't think Netflix is a very good steward of their of IP in general. So I'm not a huge fan of this deal personally. Like I don't really want this to go through, but it probably will. Um, but um, but yeah. So we'll see how it affects the game studios. All right, Montreal. Moving on to our next story. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. This game has come out, and while it's probably done fairly well sales wise, I think sentiment wise and player count wise, it is doing very poorly. Um, and that kind of resulted in the Activision releasing a statement from the Call of Duty team. So I'm just going to read this. It's not super long. So, quote, a message from the Call of Duty team. First off, thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for all the There's a typo in here. Thank you for all the feedback we have received over the last few months. Call of Duty has enjoyed long-standing success because of all of you, a passionate community that demands excellence and deserves nothing less. We also know that for some of you, the franchise has not met your expectations fully. To be very clear, we know what you expect, and rest assured we will deliver and over-deliver on those expectations as we move forward. With respect to Black Ops 7, we set our sights to deliver a spiritual successor to Black Ops 2, and the studios have poured their passion into making a great game that all of us are very proud of. But it's one thing for us to say it. More importantly, it's up to you to try it and judge for yourselves. So as it relates to Black Ops 7, the future of Call of Duty, here are a few important notes. One, you'll have the opportunity to play Black Ops 7 for free. Next week, we are opening the doors for everyone to jump in and play Black Ops 7 multiplayer and zombies for a free trial, along with a double XP weekend. We would like you to experience the game firsthand and decide for yourselves. Two, we are committed to unprecedented seasonal support. Your continuing feedback will help shape our seasonal updates over the coming months. Season 1 is the largest live season ever, and we're just getting started. We won't rest until Black Ops 7 earns its place as one of the best Black Ops games we've ever made. 3. Our strategy going forward is changing. We will no longer do back to back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops games. The reasons are many, but the main one is to ensure we provide an absolutely unique experience each and every year. We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. To be clear, the future of Call of Duty is very strong, and we believe our best days are ahead of us given the depth and talent of our development teams. We have been building the next era of Call of Duty, and it will deliver precisely on what you want, along with some surprises that push the franchise and the genre forward. We look forward to welcoming you in, listening to you, and moving forward together. End quote. Montreal, how bad is it over in Call of Duty land, huh?
It's really bad from the AI generated banners and emblems and stuff like that, all the way to what we suspect is an AI generated like screen right for the campaign.
No way,
Um,
really? Are you
a lot of
serious?
people, a lot of people are suspecting
No.
that the whole storyline and everything was written
Yeah.
by AI. It just
Oh
because it
my
just makes
god.
no sense.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like a lot of people don't like it. I watched the entire thing. I watched the Ackman. Well, he didn't do it, but he watched somebody else do it, and I agree with him like on every point.
Yeah.
Uh, as far as Call of Duty 7, I haven't played it, but just from watching other people play, and I know we usually harp on people like backseating video games and stuff like that. Uh, but the
Mhm.
story is nonsense, man. Like they took one of the greatest Call of Duty stories, which is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Um, I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the greatest one, but a lot of people grew up on Black Ops 2 as well. They took
The
that
original
story and
the original Modern Warfare 2, right?
yeah, I'm sorry, the original Modern Warfare
Yeah.
2,
We
not the
gotta
remake.
clarify that now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Um, uh, I think both of those stories are like really good, really original, and they took that, and this one is a direct sequel to Black Ops 2. And they took Black Ops 2 and tainted what the fuck happened to Black Ops 2. They even tainted a little bit of Black Ops 1 in there as well. So I just think they in one thing I hate when games do is they insert like I like when games have I like it's okay when you have multiplayer maps based off the single player
Mhm.
experience or the single player levels. You remember like GoldenEye did that, sometime Halo did that and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Uh but actually I'm sorry, Halo didn't do that. Halo had its own maps. They did not
that's
go through the
true.
campaign.
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
But like, other games used to do that. What I don't like is when you take multiplayer maps and you put it in the single player campaign, which is what they
Mm.
did. They took the Warzone map from one of the recent Call of Duties and made it a like a can open world campaign, semi open world campaign thing where you have nodes in the map that you have to go to and
Oh,
stuff like that.
really?
Yeah,
What?
bro, it's fucking bad. Like
That is
it's fucking
bad.
bad.
Jesus. Sounds
So
like they were really lazy with this particular iteration.
I mean, I would too. I mean, bro, how many times have we looked at the VC charts and Call of Duty's always on top, no matter how fucking trash it is?
No, it's true.
You
It's
know,
still, dude. I was looking before the show. It's still the top download on PlayStation for the month of November, which
yeah,
is
and
fucking crazy.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand.
No, dude. Look, I don't want to be harsh here, but I'm probably going to be like when I'm saying this. Like, dude, the people who play like Call of Duty every year, and like I think the vast majority of them are just like they're just like they're brainwashed. It's like they don't even think about breaking out of it and playing something else. It's crazy to me that they're so into Call of Duty. Like I don't know how you've played this series for 20 years, if you're somebody that's done that. Like I can't fathom playing a game for that long, that consistently, like anything, any series. There's no game I love that I could sit here and tell you that I want to play like every single fucking year, I want a release of it, it's
Yeah,
just
I
it's
love
crazy.
Sonic, but there are Sonic games that I skipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like dude, for me, Heroes of Might and Magic, like dude, like I don't want to play that game all the time. Like it's just I don't know. It's crazy, bro.
yeah, I don't know.
It's
I, bro, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I I'm really trying to like show a lot of these Call of Duty people like grace, bro. But I'm sorry, DJ. I just can't. I mean, DJ's not a Call of Duty person anyway, but like he shows them grace and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I can't, bro. I think you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think they're worse than Madden people. Like at
Yeah, I
least
would
Madden people,
well,
like they complain about the game
that's true.
and
Yeah.
things sometime change.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make an argument that they're neck and neck, and I would not debate you on that,
They
like, at
are
all.
close. They are very
Yeah.
close.
But I feel like Call of Duty people are
Let's put 2K
one
in there as well at this point.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I feel like Call of Duty are like one step ahead of everything because uh they don't bring anything innovative to the genre anymore. They've exhausted, in my opinion, all their creative resources. I think the franchise should just die,
Of
like
course, dude, they're
personally.
on Black Ops 7. They had to reboot Modern Warfare, Like they've been creatively bankrupt for a long time, bro.
I mean, if they try to reboot like Advanced Warfare or fucking
Yeah, man. Like
or
what are we
fucking
doing?
Call of Duty Ghost or something like that, like then
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I I don't know where you go from here. I think I mean they tried to reboot the World War II phase and everything. That didn't go too well. So it's just like what else where else can you go from here? World War One? I mean Battlefield already did that and succeeded with Battlefield One. I mean
Yeah. But
you
COD
can't do
COD wouldn't do it right. Like COD, like
yeah,
the thing is the
yeah,
reason Battlefield 1 worked is because Battlefield actually committed to it being realistic to some degree,
exactly to a certain
Like
degree.
Call of Duty would
Yeah.
never do that, bro. Like they would never ever commit to a game being that slow,
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I don't think that would work. So, like, what are your options? There isn't that much history where you can fucking plumb from at this point. It's like you're basically living in World War II, modern day, future. Like those are your
And
options,
and they did all
basically.
of those.
Yeah, and
They
they've done
literally
those
did
to
all
they've done
those.
those to fucking death. They've done them to absolute fucking death at this point.
The only thing I think you can do with the franchise is completely reboot it and turn it into like a SWAT thing. Like
Yeah.
make it Rainbow Six. Make Call of Duty like
Mm,
more
do
tactical.
like Call of Duty Hardline,
Yeah, do like
something
a
like
Call of
that.
Duty
Uh,
SWAT or a Call of Duty tactical type shit or something
Cops
like
and
that. Like
Robbers Call of Duty.
nah, I think they would actually have to make it like a tactical game, like almost Rainbow Six like.
Okay.
I th- that's the only way it can go. And they can't like they can't do regular team deathmatch or nothing like that. They would have to just do that. They would have to do. I mean, because
Yeah,
the
but if you're
people
gonna do that,
complaining,
you have to make the game more realistic, and it's just not Call of Duty's flavor, dude.
but it used to be. That's the that's the crazy thing about it. It
They're
used to be
completely
that.
out of that realm now, man. They've totally vacated that. I mean, every time I see footage of Call of Duty, I'm surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I feel like I'm watching somebody playing at 2 times speed. Like
Yeah, it's
that's what
because
it looks like.
that's because all the players are cracked out of their minds. Like
Yeah,
and then that's the other thing too. Like this is a double edged sword because like if Call of Duty dies, right, you have all these crackheads
yeah.
who are going to come to other games and they're like, I why is Battlefield so slow? Oh, I can't. It's not a Twitch shooter. I can't do my 360 no scope. Like where's the movement at? Where's the movement at? I'm a
Yeah, this
movement
game's
player.
so slow, bro. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
hate those fucking
yeah.
guys, man.
And it's like so it's gonna be like I don't know if you're on the internet, but like you remember when the fall of Tumblr happened, and
Yeah,
then like if you were on Twitter at that time, you
yeah,
saw the shift of Twitter when Tumblr fell,
yeah. Wasn't
and
that like
all those
the fucking the porn fucking invasion came? Wasn't that from
yes,
Tumblr?
it was
Yeah,
so many things happened to Twitter, dude. It was the
yeah,
porn invasion, it was the PC invasion, it
yeah,
was like it was the think piece invasion, like people writing pieces about mental illnesses that they haven't been diagnosed for, but they self-diagnosed themselves.
yeah.
So much stuff happened to Twitter when Tumblr fell. And I feel like the same thing of Call of Duty. If that game um falls, like so many other games are going to be impacted because the community is going to like branch out and they're
Well,
going
at
to
this
like
point, it would almost be a bad thing if Call of Duty went away. Like what that's kind of what I feel like you're getting at, right? Like it would
yeah, for sure.
negatively impact a lot of other games,
Yes, for
because
sure.
like these communities would
100%.
come in and they would demand that these games become like Call of Duty,
Yes.
and some games
Every
are going to be foolish enough to acquiesce,
yes,
um,
exactly. Every game, every streamer from Call of Duty that played modern or that played Battlefield 6 complained about how slow the game was or how
oh, I
slow the
need the
time to
BR,
kill.
bro. Where's the BR mode?
Yeah,
Fucking,
exactly.
my
Or
God.
the time to kill was like crazy. Or
Oh my
why don't we
God.
have any kill streaks? Where are the kill streaks at? What's the incentive of killing other people if there are no kill streaks? Like these are the things that they were saying. If they don't understand
Mhm.
that you are the kill streak, bro. Like your teammates is the kill streak, bro.
Yeah.
That tank that's
Yeah.
rolling down the street, that's your kill streak, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's a
You getting
team
an
game.
objective. That's your kill streak, dude. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
I don't know.
So,
Like, you don't need to be
um,
able to summon a fucking nuke out of nowhere for the game to feel fun, you know?
yeah,
Like,
but that's what they feel like, dude. That's what they feel like.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so uh, it's almost one of those things where it's yeah, it's just too big to fail. It's too big to fail because if it fails, the impact it's going to have on the gaming industry will be an overall net negative because those players will have nowhere to go and they will just infect other games as far as like you said,
Mm-hmm.
their everything. So I hope they fix Call of Duty, but they need to turn it around. They need to turn
Yeah.
something around. I went from hoping the game dies to hoping the game stays alive because I do not want y'all to touch my Battlefield like at all.
Yeah.
Don't touch my
Well, now
shit.
that Battlefield's like good again, right? Like,
Yeah,
no, go
exactly.
away. No,
Yeah,
no, stay in Call of Duty land. Stay in the sandbox over there. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, it is doing bad. I haven't heard. I heard the multiplayer is the multiplayer. I mean, they didn't really
Hmm.
change anything. Um, Another thing I
Yeah.
hate about Call of Duty as well, and this will be my last statement, I'll get off of it. Um, the guns. As you know, I'm a gun person.
Mhm. Mhm.
And dude, the concoctions people create. And I understand it's a video game and they're doing it for like optimization. It's this one gun, dude. I saw him take off the entire upper to reload it and put the upper on there, and that's how you reload the gun. And
What?
I know you're not like a gun person, but like
No, I know
imagine
what you mean.
removing
You're talking about the ones that's like the heavy machine guns, right? That have like the giant cartridge underneath, like one of those
no,
kind
no, no,
of
no.
style.
So like an
Or
AR is comprised of two things. It's called the lower
yeah.
and the upper. The upper is usually the barrel, and
Oh,
everything
okay.
like that.
I
The
see.
lower is where you put the magazine in, and then the magazine goes into the lower, and then kind of goes into the upper, and then you chamber around into the upper.
Mhm.
So usually when you reload, you detach it from the lower and then
Yeah.
put it back into the lower.
Right.
These people, when I saw this guy reload his gun, he took the entire fucking upper off the barrel, threw the barrel away, put another barrel on there, and reloaded. I'm like, what the fuck is this gun? I got so mad watching this dude play Call of Duty just because of that.
We gotta
Call
make
of
it look
Duty,
cool, bro.
Call of Duty used to be like gun accurate, dog, and they just stopped, and I was just
Well, then
like,
they started putting like Attack on Titan characters in the game and fucking Beavis and Butthead and whatever the other fucking stupid bullshit.
Optimus Prime and fucking,
Yeah. Like
Homelander and shit. Like,
no, this is why COD sucks, right? And I think this is a big reason why we want COD to exist, I think, actually, because like it's kind of a place for the slop to go at this point, you know? Like we don't need people who want this slop coming to other games, as we've said already. And it's just like they're so bankrupt in terms of like values and virtues, there that they're willing to do anything to make a buck. It's just that kind of environment. And um we don't need that kind of like coming into other places, um
yeah,
because can you imagine like Battlefield's making a stand with that kind of thing, or at least hopefully they stick to it. But they said they're not doing any of that bullshit with their game,
that's because
right?
the community right now is still us.
But
It's still
imagine
like my
if Call of
people.
Duty fell apart and everybody went to
Ex-
Battlefield. They're like, hey, bro,
exactly.
I want my Family Guy skin, or fucking,
Ex-
like, oh, let's do a
100,
collab,
and they
bro,
will they will override the existing player base because that player
Right,
base will be so huge. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So,
right, right.
um, I don't know that. Yeah, they're a necessary evil like Fortnite. Like, you need that.
I don't have
that
as much of a problem with Fortnite, though,
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
right. You're right. I don't have
I,
much of a problem with the Fortnite as well.
yeah. No,
I mean,
because like Fortnite has kind of always been this. It's not like there was a short period where it wasn't this, and that's long gone. We're so far away from that. Like it's
yeah,
irrelevant,
exactly.
right? COD was a serious game at some point in its lifespan. you know, they are so desperate to make money though that they started copying Fortnite, and it's like they just like lost their identity at some point, and it's like it's just gross and I don't know, not appealing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think the other thing that's happened this year is this is a very interesting year because like this is probably like you said probably one of the worst CODs they've come out with, from all the sentiment I've seen online, all the coverage of this game. This is one of the worst CODs they've made in a very 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 long time. Like you said, what was it? Infinite Warfare or was it Advanced Warfare? I forget which one was like
Um,
fucking
Ghost was the
Ghost.
worst
That's the
one
one. Yeah, yeah, it was Ghost. Yeah, that people fucking absolutely hated. That was the last one that was probably this reviled.
because it
Um,
was a bar for bar story beat of Modern Warfare 1,
yeah,
but just told
yeah,
terribly.
yeah. So, that game was the last one that was this reviled. However, this time there's actually like very good competition that came out right around this game in Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders, which are kind of eating Call of Duty's fucking lunch right now, in terms of like concurrent player counts and stuff. Like those two games both have a higher concurrence than I think COD has had on Steam in recent weeks. So it's
But the simple fact that people are still buying COD is like
no, I know, dude. No,
I'm
I
seeing
know. I know.
reels, I'm seeing Instagram reels and like shorts of people getting mad. They bought the game, and I'm like, I'm sorry, did we not all see the trailer before it came out? I think we all
Right.
knew this game was gonna be trash, and
Right.
that's what I'm talking about right there. It's just a lot of uninformed fucking gamers that are
Yeah.
buying these fucking games, dude, and it's really I don't even know how to compare it to something else. Like, it's just annoying as fuck. Like, it's almost like the Cowboys, right? Like, all these fucking Cowboys fans want to see change and want to see Jerry Jones fucking leave the fucking,
Yeah.
the sport, right? But
But
y'all
then they're
keep going
filling
to
the
the fucking
stadium.
games.
They're filling the
Exactly.
stadium, they're
They
buying the
keep going to
merch, bro, they're watching every game slavishly, it's like fucking like
exactly.
yeah.
It took the Lions having the empty stadium before we were just like the fans were like enough is enough. And then like that's when Miss Ford came out there, Mrs. Ford came out there and started firing people on the job on the spot
Yep.
because like the sales were low. They had blackout games and stuff like that. Like nobody was watching the
It's
Lions
embarrassing
because we
when
just
you're in that
yeah,
situation. Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
And yeah, like I feel like Call of Duty fans are nothing but Cowboy fans, and they just won't fucking learn until something drastic happens.
Yeah,
Even then though,
if you're gonna sit there and complain about something, right, to the degree that we're hearing it complained about, and like you're still gonna go out there and spend money on it every single fucking year, like you're just an idiot. At a certain point, like you're a fucking lemming, bro. Like, you know, it's like I get the idea. If you're like a content creator, right, and you're gonna sit here and try to like critique the game, I get it. You need to play it, right, to like really be able to sit down and critique it. But if you're just like a regular person, like, and you're gonna go buy it, and then you're gonna go online and like whine about it and whatever, and you've bought it for the last 15 years, it's like maybe next year think about it a little bit more before you just go fucking spend the money.
they do it all the time. That's what I'm saying, Justin. People do not. It's the industry's fault. It's the gamers' fault, and it's the media's fault.
Yeah.
Video games
Yeah.
aren't taken seriously. I
Right.
mean, we even have like developers who don't really consider video games art. We even
Yeah.
have gamers who don't consider video games art.
Right.
So they look at it as just like a really just a commodity. Like there is just it's just another Madden, whatever. I don't care. Not knowing that they're actually hurting the overall quality of like football games. Oh, it's just another 2K. Not understanding they're hurting the overall quality of basketball games. There used to be a real art to making like football games. Like you remember NFL Game Day, NFL fucking
Blitz.
what was the other Blitz, NFL
Quarterback club.
that's the one I was thinking about, right? Quarterback
Yep.
Club. What was the one that came out for Xbox? I forgot that one too. Fuck.
Of course, there was 2K as well.
2K, exactly. Like there was a real art to
There was a
making
lot
those
of them.
games.
Like there were a lot of them. The 90s were full of football games, like different franchises that were not
And they
Madden,
all
you
had
know.
their own thing to bring to the
Yeah,
table.
right. Their own
Um
quirk or gimmick or mechanic or whatever. Like they were
exactly.
different games. They weren't just carbon copies of each other.
It was a real art. And I feel like Call of Duty as well. Call of Duty, the campaign used to play like especially like the older ones used to play like almost like Saving fucking Private Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they really took inspiration for a lot of movies and stuff like that. Like Modern Warfare, you can tell was inspired by a lot of the modern, more at the time, a lot of the more modern movies like Shooter
Yeah.
uh and other movies and stuff like that. So it's like you had like I remember playing Call of Duty 4 and there was this one thing uh where we started getting like this is the new technology at the time where night vision infrared, like where you
Mhm.
had the infrared laser, you couldn't see it with regular eyes, but you had to use your night vision goggles. And I remember you were in an apartment and you were looking at the other apartments, and then the enemies had it as well. And then you put your goggles on, and then you just see the lasers like going back and forth and shit like that. And it
Mhm.
was just like I remember that was like in 2007 or something. I'm like, dude, this is modern warfare. This is like look at that fucking technology. Oh my fucking god! Like
Yeah.
like drones and shit like that. Like, oh, the UAV is online. You're like, oh my god, it's a fucking robot drone, like looking down and like we're the AC-130s in the fucking air and everything like that. Like that shit was just like and you played as the AC-130, like the black and white, screen, and you're shooting people down there and everything like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was just like it was like this is fucking modern warfare. Like this is like peak modern warfare. Like Granted, it was probably just like an ad for to get people to recruit to the army. But like, yeah, bro, that shit kind of worked with me. I was about to join the army for this shit. I'm like, this shit is fucking peak. You know what they do this shit,
Yeah,
but now it's just like it's almost like technology. You remember when technology used to be cool? Like, you
yeah.
remember I don't know how you explain it, but like I used to be really big into like car stuff and like the car technology that was like happening with the
It was like
radios
20
and
years
stuff like
ago.
that.
It was around the
Yeah.
PS3 coming out, PS3 and
Oh
Xbox
yeah, like
360. Yeah.
the PS3
That was
visual
like
thing.
peak
Like
technology was that little few years there. Like they're
yeah,
like
it was like
everything was fucking awesome, you know? Like
it was
yeah.
like fun. It was like I was like, man, I can't wait to see what the future holds. Now I'm in the
Like
future. I'm just
iPhone
like,
came out, in there and it was like, holy fuck, dude, the fuck this is fucking crazy, bro, it's like um, you know. Now yeah,
yeah.
now it's just they're so fucking jaded. It's like
So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I ain't mean to go on a rant like that, but that's how I feel like Call of Duty is. I feel like Call of Duty is just like you can call me a boomer or now they're not even calling us boomers. I think Gen Z legitimately hates like millennials now. But yeah, call me a millennial a fucking gamer, dude. Like yeah, I remember
mhm,
Halo 3 because that shit was peak, bitch. Like that was
yeah,
peak gaming at the time. I remember Call of Duty 4 because that shit was peak gaming at the time. You know, now that shit's ass. I mean,
yeah.
I can't sit here and say that there aren't any good games coming out, but y'all aren't playing them.
Right.
So
You're no, 100%, bro. You're not playing them, you fuckers. Like, yeah. I mean, no, like seriously, dude, EA getting bought by Saudi Arabia is our fault. Like, we made EA this big, you know, by buying Madden every year, by buying FIFA every year, by buying Football Club every fucking year. Like we made EA this valuable. And it's
oh my
like
god.
it's fucking disgusting. Like we have nobody to blame but ourselves for
Yeah,
that one,
exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And
Nobody.
same thing with
And
Activision, really. Like, I mean, Microsoft buying them, it's like, dude, it's so funny that this shit starts happening when Microsoft, is the one in charge of Call of Duty. Like they're fucking it up. They're fucking it up. It's just they can't run studios. Microsoft cannot run studios. The idea of them being a third party publisher is going to be fucking hilarious because that's the thing they're worst at is actually making the games. So I don't know, dude. It's just the future is going to be very interesting with this stuff because um, COD is like a behemoth. Like if you go to the bottom of that page, Montreal, like look at all the studios that are listed: Activision, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, Infinity Ward, Raven, Solid State Studios, High Moon, Digital Legends, Shanghai Studio, Demonware, Beanox. All those companies work on fucking Call of Duty games. You know,
it's fucking ridiculous
it's
though.
fucking insane.
It's it's just not sustainable. I mean, I guess it is sustainable, but
It won't be if the games don't keep selling. Like that's why they released this statement, bro. They're fucking panicking a little bit. I think they're sweating. Like, I
good,
don't know.
man. Like, go back to the drawing board. Make a new fucking game, dude. You
Mhm.
can even say from the studios that brought you Call of Duty, a new franchise. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Yeah. Well, make something real that's like not like sorry. What I mean by real is like
I know what you
something
mean.
that
More
is like
grounded.
original
Yeah.
though. Like they're not just like making like military slop, you know? Like create a universe that's your own, you know? Like COD has no like I know COD has like quote lore in the sense of like some of the old games that happened, but it's like is there a consistency to this universe at all? Is every game its own timeline? Like how does this all work? It's
So,
like
like, the Black Ops timeline is its own thing. It's like its own separate universe. And then you got the
okay.
Modern Warfare series as its own separate universe. And I think Infinite Warfare is its own universe. Ghost is its own universe, and then Advanced Warfare is its own universe as well. I think the only ones that are different, I want to say, is Black Ops 3,
Yeah.
4, and 5
Yeah.
are different universes.
Mhm.
I can't remember, but like, 4 didn't have a campaign, obviously, right? That was the one that didn't have a campaign. Uh, 5 and 6, I believe, is its own separate story,
Yeah.
and then 7 is obviously a continuation of 2. Oh, yeah.
Right. So even within Black Ops, like there's different timelines. Like what the fuck? I don't know. It's just whatever, dude. It's so stupid. It just feels Like, it is a franchise. Like, the fact that all this shit is like, there's all this AI stuff is happening in there, that they're making a bunch of stuff with AI is not a surprise at all. Like, this is the slop franchise where that kind of thing is going to happen. It's just, it's whatever, man. It's Call of Duty. So we'll see what happens. I'll be interested to see sales numbers. I mean, highest download on PlayStation does not mean most money made. So we'll see what the Circana numbers look like. Do they still eclipse Battlefield for the year? That will be a very interesting thing to see. So, all right, let's try moving on to our final story. Is Yacht Club Games. So they're in a bit of trouble. Jason Schreier did a Bloomberg piece with them, and I don't know if they must have agreed to this being published, because like there are named people from the studio giving quotes in the article. So yeah, I don't know if they put this out purposely, like they gave those interviews on purpose to kind of like get people in gear to like buy Mina the Hollower, but yeah, so Jason Schreier did a piece on Yacht Club. This is the team, for those of you who don't know, this is the team that made the Shovel Knight games, which Shovel Knight is an excellent fucking Mega Man quote clone, but it isn't really a clone. It's its own game. It's got its own mechanics, but it plays like super fucking well. It's a gorgeous game. It's super fun. Shovel Knight fucking rules.
Mhm.
But they have over the years not released very many games because they had a Kickstarter before Shovel Knight came out, and they made a whole bunch of promises for all these like DLC expansions, basically, that they ended up committing to, and they spent the last like decade releasing those DLC expansions and not making a new game, and they are now in a position where the money's kind of dried up because they haven't released anything that people are buying, really. And so there's a few things in here that they said. So in the, this is kind of scattered around, so I'm going to just quote a few things. So this is from the co-founder, studio head Sean Velasco. He said that, quote, "It's make or break for sure. If we sold 500,000 copies, then we would be golden. If we sold even 200,000, that would be really, really great. If we sold like 100,000, that's not so good." And yeah, so that's kind of the situation the team's in. They need this game to actually do fairly well. This is, Mina the Hollower's been announced for a very long time. And it was supposed to come out in 2023. It was supposed to come out in 2024. It was supposed to come out this year. None of those things happened because, according to the report, there was a person they put in charge of this game was his name Alec Faulkner, and he is a first time team leader on a video game.
Mm.
So he was inexperienced, and as a result, that kind of resulted in a lot of delays, things being done maybe not in the most efficient way. And they basically admitted in this article that this guy wasn't suited to the position. And now the more experienced guys have come in and taken over the project at this point. So they're heading towards the finish line. But this guy actually said it himself, Faulkner. He said that, quote, "I don't think I excel super well in that kind of role," end quote, being a leader, a team leader. Um, but the other thing is they were working on a separate game in parallel to Mina the Hollower, which was supposed to be a Shovel Knight kind of follow up that was going to be a 3D Shovel Knight game. So their
Mm.
originally when Shovel Knight came out, they made it, and they wanted to basically like go through the different generations and make a new Shovel Knight game to kind of represent each generation. So they wanted to make an NES Shovel Knight, a Super NES Shovel Knight, a N64 Shovel Knight, a GameCube Shovel Knight, and then eventually like going into like PS3 or something like that. Going forward, and obviously they never got much further than I think Shovel Knight is supposed to be the NES one, but I think it plays more like a Super NES game. Personally, I don't
Mhm.
know. But they were so this 3D Shovel Knight game was going to be the quote like N64 game, basically, and they were working on this in parallel. So they had split the teams up, they had split the studio in half basically to work on these two games, and eventually they had to focus on one, and they chose Mina the Hollower. So that's kind of what they've been doing the last like year or two, essentially. So through all this, these guys ended up kind of, you know, not being in a great financial position, and now they're kind of super reliant on Mina doing very well. So, um, Montreal, what do you think of all this? This is a team like, by the way, Shovel Knight came out in 2014, so like it has been a long ass time since that game came out.
Is this team small?
They used to be when they were founded. I think they were. They scaled up after Shovel Knight was so successful, though. I don't know what their team size is now, though. They did have to lay people off, though. That was part of the
Okay.
article.
So I read that part. They had to lay
Yeah,
people off. Um,
yeah.
I think my biggest concern is this is gonna sound crazy. Um, Usually 2D games are way more easier to make 3D games.
Yeah.
Um, so why did it take actually because it's not coming out this year, right? It's coming out next year, meaning the Hollower, right?
It should
Uh
be. I mean, it's basically indefinitely delayed right now. We don't have a release date.
oh shit. Okay, fuck. Um, I don't understand why it took so long to come out. I don't, or why is this game taking so long to come out? Like, what mechanic in this game is just like mind boggling?
Yeah. I
You
would assume
know,
it's more content focused. It's got to be, you know?
even that though, it's 2D.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you make your sprites. I maybe I'm simplifying it. I just I don't know. It. I understand this is like an inexperienced studio, but at the same time, we have to be like realistic. Like,
I mean, they're
what
not
the
they're
fuck?
not they're not inexperienced anymore, you know? I
Yeah,
mean, they've been
like what
around
the
for
fuck
almost
were they?
15 years, dude. It's like, I don't know.
What like what the fuck were they doing? You know, like I'm
I
watching.
think giving this
I'm,
game to somebody who was inexperienced was, I mean, clearly a mistake.
I
And
mean,
when you
that's
have a
not the.
leader who's not up to the task, like that can really fucking ruin a project, you know?
Yeah, I understand that, but why weren't you watching this game? You see what I'm saying? Like, if
Hmm.
you could recognize a bad leader, I'll give you grace and say in 2 years, okay, this is not working. We need to switch gears. But honestly, in 1 year, you need like, all right, this is not working. We're not meeting deadlines. What's going on? Maybe you need to step down. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of blame everybody here. Um, this is insane. Like because
According to
they're
Wikipedia, they had 19 developers as of February 2022. That number is probably lower now. So small team. This is a small studio, but still, I mean, dude, like
I'm sorry. I still
they should
don't.
have been
I
in.
still
Yeah,
I still don't think that's. I mean, Expedition 33 was made like with like a team of 30 or people
30
or something
people.
like that.
Yeah. No, I know.
But
No, and it's like, dude, like I think about it back in the day, right? Mega Man games were getting pooped out every 6 months to a year, you know? It's like
yeah,
they could have been doing that with Shovel Knight, you know, when it came out. Like there, dude, we could have like 8 Shovel Knight games, you know, by this point. But they didn't, I don't know, they didn't capitalize on it. They stuck to those Kickstarter promises like too much, you know? And I think what they should have done, frankly, instead is made sequels and replaced the DLC they promised with those sequels for the Kickstarter backers, you know? And just like that would
mhm,
would have been their make good. It's like, hey guys, we're not making the DLC we promised for Shovel Knight. We just want to make a sequel. And we're gonna give you that sequel for free, you know? And do that, you know, if they had I think they had promised like 3 DLCs, like do that through the next 3 games, you know? It's not that many people you're giving the game away to. It's not that big of a deal, you know? So it's like, I don't know, dude. It's crazy the way they just mishandled the whole situation. It's frustrating because um like I said at the beginning at the top here, like Shovel Knight fucking rules. And Mina the Hollower looks like it's a fucking awesome game, you know? It's a damn shame that they're in this position. Now, I will say I'm not really worried about them. I think Mina the Hollower is gonna kick ass. Like I think the game's gonna come out and it's gonna do very, very well. But but at the same time, like they shouldn't be in a position like this. You know, it's I don't know. It's frustrating. So, um, have you ever played Shovel Knight?
No, I haven't played
Okay,
Shovel Knight. Yeah,
yeah. Do you like Mega
I heard it
Man? I
was
don't know.
good.
I don't.
I like Mega Man. I just don't like. I like X more than the original Mega Man's.
Okay, I'd
Yeah, so
say
anything
Shovel
like
Knight is kind of in the middle of the two of those.
yeah, it reminds me of the old school Mega Man's though. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm more of an XZX fan. Like those are my shits. I don't really like.
okay,
I like the original. The only original like Mega Man I like is Mega Man 8, and that's
okay.
because it was made like with the engine of X.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Um, Well, I still highly recommend it if people haven't played it before. Like it's super fun. I mean, obviously it's really short too. You can beat it in like, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours probably. Something like that. So super fun game. But we'll see what happens with Mina and Yacht Club, how it does. So all right, Montreal. Well, that's all we had today. Without having the Game Awards, we weren't a ton of news. It wasn't a ton of news, but we will have plenty to talk about next week. So, is there anything else you want to talk about before we head out today?
No, that's it.
All right. All right, guys. Well, if you like this episode, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show on whatever feed you're listening to it on. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you'd like to send us a question, you can do so by sending us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com, and we will answer your question on the show. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we will see you next week. Bye.